Okay. So we begin in our seated meditation position here. You want to sit at the front edge of the chair, hands on the thighs or knees. Cultivate that central pillar, that middle upright. Breathe in through the nose, long, smooth, and full. Out through the mouth, long, smooth, and empty. Let's do this for maybe 10 or 12 breath cycles. As you're doing your breathing, of course, we understand oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange that's happening. But treat your breath also as a mechanical exercise as well. Just like you would exercise any other body part, think about it from that perspective. When you breathe in, filling up, expanding, opening all these spaces, the diaphragm pressing down. And then when you exhale, diaphragm is lifting up, rib cage is settling in. Empty, hold, and then inhale when you're ready. That expansion, opening. Full breath, hold. And then exhaling. So let's take about 5, 6 more of those. We're also gathering our consciousness, our mind, our attention. And into our first movement, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, open across the chest. Look up towards the sky, arch the spine. And then go the other way. Slide your hands forward past the knees, hollow the chest, drop the head, round the back. And then go the other way again. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Arching. And slide the hands forward. Following. A few more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And then come back up to middle, right in the neutral position. Now, left hand goes forward past the knee, right hand goes back, right hand and elbow go back, turn to the right. And then switch. Right hand forward, left hand back, turn. And then switch again. And switch again. Few more. and then back to the middle. Arms hang alongside you, side lean, and then this wrist floats up right in front of your chest, right near the armpit, and then back to the middle. That hand goes down, let this arm hang loose. This wrist floats up, and we lean the body sideways. And then upright and lean. Up and lean. Up. One more each way. And we're back to the middle, and then right into our shoulder blade movements. So again, the scapula are on the back, and that's where the arm movement originates, is in our back. So we go up and down. That's the primary movement there. Second one is scapula back, neutral, and then scapula separate from each other on the back. They go apart from each other, and that's what makes this little position, right? So now we put all that together. Scapula forward, then up, then back, then down. Arms hanging by your sides. Forward, then up, back, then down. Under, forward and up, back and down. Two more. And one more. Now, same but in reverse. Back, then up. Forward, then down. Back, then up. Forward, down. Back, up. Forward, down. Back, up. Forward, down. One more. And bend your elbows. Elbows flare out and up. And then down. And then around in front. Touch the elbows together if you can. And then down. Out and up. Down. Around in front. Down. Again. Now, elbows back. Back. Then down. Forward. Hands go over the shoulders and possibly up with your elbows. Right, you can see in my body, I can create that angle. You know, you might be somewhere less than that, but just in that direction. And then go elbows forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Again, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, and down. Now elbows out to the side, left hand above, right hand below, cross and hug your own body. And then elbows out, and then switch, cross and hug. Elbows out, switch again, out, and one more. And release. Loose arms. Now scoot a little bit back in your chair so you're very stable, and then load, push, reload, down, other leg, load, push, reload, down, other leg, load, push, load, down, load, push, load, down. One more each leg. Now foot and ankle, straighten your right leg, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. And then tilt the foot a little in, out, in, out, in, out. And circle. Reverse. And switch. Point, flex, point, flex. And tilt the foot a little in, out, in, out, in, and circle. And reverse the circle. And scoot forward on your chair again to the front edge. Step your feet a little wider apart than hip distance. Lift your toes up. Turning on the heels, turn your toes and knees in and feel your quad close. Your quad meaning your groin area. And then lift your toes and turn out. Knees and toes open. Feel the quad open. And then close. And open. Close. Open. Two more. Back to neutral. Feet hip distance, hands on your legs. Fold at the hips. Turn on the hands so your elbows flare out and bow forward. And then sit upright. Turn your arms to neutral and lean back a little bit from the hips. And then sit upright and fold forward. Sit upright and lean back. Sit upright, lean forward. Sit upright and lean back. One more. And hang your arms down alongside your body. Float them up in front. And now you want to just drop them and let them swing and then swing up. Drop, swing, swing up. Swing. Goal of this one is so that we feel that sense of letting go of this space, this junction here in the chest, arms, shoulders, where when we stand up in a moment, the tendency is going to be to cling and grab right there. So get this feeling of empty and loose and relaxed. And then let them settle. And then take your right arm forward and your left arm back. And then swing, 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 swing. and then let them settle. Feet. So that first here, feel how your body weight is connecting to the ground through the chair. So you can tap your feet, you can pattern your feet like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're not falling over, right? That's because the feet are only very partially helping keep us upright. Most of it's here through the chair. But now slide your feet back, and as you fold at the hips, you stay loose through the shoulders, fold, and pour yourself. Now you're no longer using the chair at all. All that connection to the ground is through your legs, and then just push through the earth and go tall, 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 tall. But again, try to stay loose. Stay relaxed, stay light, stay easy through the body, and look for your stability, not from grabbing a hold of the body, but from relaxing it so much that everything that's dense goes out. That's what they talk about in Tai Chi. And then anything that's left is loose, is light, is relaxed. And when we practice our Tai Chi movements in a moment, that's what we're going to be working on, is all the liquid, fluid, easy movements of the body while keeping the weight out of the body down below us. So now hip hinge, right? Arms are loose. I'm going to go sit down, right? We sit down. We know where our chair is. We fold, sink the butt, find the chair with the buttocks, and then we lean back. So now the chair does all the work. We have fast feet again. We got empty feet. Okay, and then we're going to fill the feet, pour forward and down to the earth, and then just rise nice and tall. And then sit back down. So just try to stay relaxed. Do 2 more of those, where we just sit, feet are empty, and then we pour the weight out of the chair down to the earth through the legs and feet. The weight stays down there. We don't grab on up here. Stay relaxed. Once more. And now don't sit in your chair. Use this movement to sink the butt low, and use this to dangle your fingers down. Maybe you can touch your toes, maybe you can touch the floor. This also opens up your back, and then push through the earth and come back to standing. All right, so this is that Tai Chi squat where we just fold, sink, and then we rise. One more. And then stay standing. So you just keep facing forward. I'm moving my chair because I have limited room here, but your chair should stay right where it is. Do not move your chair. All right, so now we've got our standing position. We're going to go right into our Tai Chi movements. So we've got rising hands, the first one. So hands floating forward and up, and we want them to be sort of far away from the body. Wrists are relaxed, right? So you're facing forward. Ilana, you should just be facing forward. So when I turn, don't you turn. You do not turn. Now the hands change like that, and we come down as if painting with the fingertips behind. And then relax and let the wrists have this little round shape. And we go up like you're painting a wall in front of you. And then the hands do this little change, and they come down. So we can't make these movements have this quality to them when there's added tension. We have to clear it out so that we're more using what they would call hydraulics, the hydraulic body, rather than the tension-based body. Rising. Sink. Now scoop the hands in front and we open. Same idea. The arms go through a little change, and then we sweep down and under. We do it again. Open. Sweet. 2 more. The crane opening its wings. One more. Now here, pause and turn your palms up. So that, I call that roll. Roll palms up. Now the elbows bend and the hands fall right into this space right in front of you. And then down. And release. And then wings. Roll. Fold. Eventually, we want that roll and fold to be one thing. So again, after you folded, just descend down through the middle. So we go wing, roll, fold. So that's wing, roll, fold. So it starts to have what they call schwen or flow or like the river. Rather than making it too mechanical, we start to go wing, roll, fold. So it's kind of this seamless, smooth way of using our body. Now we do the reverse of that, sort of, a complementary movement. Backs of hands face each other, come up close to your body, and then open, palms face forward, and then palms face out, and then we're ready to go wings down. We're back to here, and then we go backs of hands face each other, up, over top, and down. Then backs of hands, up, open, down. Now, wings. Turn right palm up as that hand folds over top. This other hand sweeps down underneath. So now we get to the top and the bottom of a big ball. And then we go like 2 magnets attracting to each other. We'll get them all the way to touch. Hands touch. And then separate from each other. Let's do just that movement a couple of times to calibrate that in the brain. This one rising, one falling, and then one falling, one rising. One more time. Now, at the top, the right hand goes over, left hand sweeps out. That happens at the same time. And then now we go turn left palm up. That hand comes up over. This hand sweeps down under. So now we're at the top and bottom, and then they come magnets attract, and then repel. We'll do that twice more, just that little bit right there. Towards each other, away from each other. So what's important here, so Ilana, I'll use you as an example. You went like this. You moved only your left hand, right? So move both. So the left hand has to go down as the right is going up. And then let's do it again. As the right is coming down, the left is coming up. Exactly. So feel how that's more challenging on the brain and the nervous system. That's where the magic is in Tai Chi for our neural problems. And then we're going left hand over top as right hand swings out from underneath. Wing, 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 wing. So now we meet here. Now, right hand over top as left hand comes underneath. Again, we're trying to have it simultaneous with each other. Then they come to meet each other. They separate from each other. And they go around a big old circle. And then the left is on top and the right is underneath. And then they come to meet each other. And they separate. And they go around. One more of each. Eventually this flows really naturally, but at first we really have to pay super close attention. out to the wings, down. Hands scoop up in front and come right up at chest level, elbows back, turn your palms over, and now you're loaded up, ready for push. All the way push, and then extend all the way as far as you can. Stay loose and light through the arms, but really try to complete that reach. And then wrap around the back and draw. Back. So here, notice how when we're back, this whole area is nice and open. Turn the hands over, push. When you finish the push, when you really finish it, this should sort of close, and this back here should open. So that's why we don't want to stop our push here. We want to finish it. Go as far as you can so you free up those scapula and shoulder blades on your back, and you free up this space closing here and opening back here, and then turn the hands and draw. And again, we draw back in such a way that we open this mechanism up here, back. Turn the hands over, push. Finish the push, go as far forward as it can go, and then come around the back side and draw. One more, push.
What is our lower body doing during this time?
Pretty much just standing stable, right? So we're not doing any shifting with this. There's times when we add that, but here you're just staying where you are, which when you go to about here and you reach further, tendency is to almost get pulled forward, but the act of not coming forward, but finishing that reach really opens up our back. So I don't know if that answers your question, Lana, but staying where you are rather than being pulled along with the push. Does that make sense?
Yep. Is there a flex in your knees? You flex your knees?
Well, we're always with Tai Chi, we're open in the legs. We're open. So you don't want to be locking back like that. You want to be soft. And there's almost like a sitting quality, a down quality, but I'm not doing this. I'm not doing some major overt squat. So it's just this sort of staying where you are and allowing this down to the earth quality to be there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Wrap the hands around and come back. And go ahead and mute yourself for me, Lana. Bottom left of your screen should be your mute. So thanks. And let me spotlight. Okay. All right, now from here, turn your left palm to face forward and push. So as you push one and not the other, the body will naturally turn a little bit. Right, so turn. And then turn left palm to face your body, right palm ready to push, and we go one draw, one push. And so the body has a little turn the other way. And then turn the hands, so you're ready to then go one draw, one push. And then turn the hands and one draw, one push. So this has another one of those good challenges for trying to do asymmetrical movement at the same time. So that. And then one draw, one push. And then pay attention to your palms and get that change. Push and draw. Change. Push and draw. And push and draw. And then bring that push hand back and down and release. Now, from where we were just turning from, right, this little pivot point inside, that's where the turn happens. It's also where changing weight to the right leg and coming out of the left, and changing weight to the left leg coming out of the right. It's the same mechanism. It's the same junction. So try to feel that here as you change your weight. Left leg, letting that knee have that give, that little bit of bend so that this is empty, and then change. Now, an important piece of this, because often people report my low back hurts when I do this. So much of why that is because people are doing something like this, kind of sticking the butt up and back when they're going this way, and so it's getting stuck here. So bring your hand behind and just this little movement of down, down, down. Just promote a through lane down from the lumbar sacrum connection down through. Try to keep that feeling of through as you're changing your weight to one leg, changing the weight to the other leg. Try to not let the butt stick back behind you. Keep that, and again, it's different than tucking. We're not trying to tuck forcibly, but we are trying to allow this down and through rather than getting stuck back here. So it's a subtle change that you need to become aware of that usually corrects whatever back pain there is. That doesn't mean you're not going to feel fatigue in your pelvic floor and your back and hips and really the whole body from doing this work correctly. So this is just the lateral shift. We're just going right leg full, left leg empty, left leg full, right leg empty, or vice versa, whatever you're working. Now add to that, as you go into your right leg, turn a little bit from your middle pivot. And then stay turned to the right as you shift to the left leg. And then turn to the left. So they happen in a succession there. So I don't turn first and then shift. I do it the other way around. It's shift, then turn. And then I'm turned here, or we're all turned to this corner, so then shift, then turn. Shift, and turn. And now we take these arms of ours that, again, like I mentioned, they're loose and relaxed, but that doesn't mean they're limp and lifeless. So shift to your right leg, turn to the right, and then just have some awareness through the fingertips. Turn the left palm to face to the right, right palm also facing that way, and we go shift, turn, brush knee, sweep leg. That's the bear washing its paws. Now the hands turn, so they change jobs, and now we're ready to go shift right, turn right, brush knee, sweep leg. The hands turn. Now we're ready to go. So your left hand should be facing this way, right hand facing this way. So both palms are facing that way, and we're going shift and turn and brush knee and sweep. And then they just naturally go to the end of their elasticity, and then they turn over. And then we're ready to come back. Shift and turn, brush and sweep. And then they naturally turn. The bear washing paws in the stream. From the same middle pivot, we're just learning to control this body. Now the bear swirls the stream. So turn your right hand ready for the brush knee, but this left hand, sweep it far away from you, but notice how I didn't go up. So far away, forward, but not up. So we've got shift and turn, that's swirl the stream. Bring the left hand in close, the right hand far away, shift and turn, swirl the stream. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see some of it. You notice I'm not trying to stand up straight. That's another important part of Tai Chi practice, is when we loosen, there's freedom of movement. My body, even though it's not standing up perfectly straight in relationship to like a stick, you know, or the wall, there's a straightness through my body, through all the relationships of the joints. So allow for that freedom of movement, allow for that roundness, and don't feel some need to like stiffen up and stay really straight. Allow that roundness. Now the bear swats the jumping fish. So we're over here, bring the right hand up, left hand is in the water. We go shift, turn, brush knee, swat the jumping fish. Now that high hand comes down to the water, the low hand floats up, and we're going shift and turn, brush knee, swat the fish. And then the hands change, one low, one high. Shift and turn, brush knee, and swat. And then switch. Shift and turn, brush and swat. Now a little higher jumping fish. So this low hand stays low, but now this hand goes high, up and over, and comes down. And then we're shifting and turning, other side. And again. So we're trying to train relationships in the body in the direction of softer, looser, more fluid, more free. Yet all of that is organized around the middle. So we feel both freedom and we also feel organization. Now, stay in your right leg. Bring your left hand down into the water. Bring your right arm wing, float it up. Roll, fold. Remember how we did that before? So that's that same technique there. But also notice, Alex, notice how your hand is over here. Notice my hand's back here. Right. Because if I'm already here, I got nowhere that I can push to. So we're here, and now shift into your left leg, turn, and go brush knee, push. Now, wing, bring that right hand down to the water. This left arm, roll, fold, but it stays over here because we're all loaded up to then go shift, turn, brush knee, push. Let the arms extend, and then the left hand dips into the water, the right arm roll, fold, and then we go shift, turn, brush, push. Let it go through, roll, fold, shift and turn and brushing and push. Let it go through, left hand down, right hand roll, fold, shift and turn, brush and push. One more each way. Changing leg, turning from your middle pivot, experiencing freedom of movement. Now, you should be in your left leg here. Right foot empty, step it a little bit behind you, and then shift into that right leg. Right hand down, bend your left elbow, point the left fingertips up to the sky, and then step your right foot out in front, empty. So just very lightly touch the ground out in front of you. This is the golden rooster, stands on one leg, 100% weight, 0%. Now bring your left foot back, heels touching, toes turned out. Change the weight into your left leg. As you do that, left hand goes down, bend right elbow, right fingertips point up, right foot empty, touch the floor in front. So again, from the same middle pivot, everything's organized. 1 full, 3 empty. Now bring this foot back, still empty, and now change from the middle pivot. The weight changes down through your right leg. As the right hand goes down, left hand comes up, left foot is empty, touches the floor. Eventually, we want to get that all coordinated together where it has a organization. So bring the left foot back, no weight change. And then as you change the weight, hands and foot. And then bring the right foot back, nothing changes in the hands, no weight change. And then change. 2 more each side. Bring the foot back, set it up. Now from your middle pivot, change, golden rooster. Bring that empty foot back and change, golden rooster. And again, foot comes back, change. One more. Good. Now, wash your paws. That first exercise. Shift, turn, sweep. Shift, turn, brush, knee, sweep. Shift, turn, brush, knee, sweep. Now, staying in your left leg, bring this right hand up. So now we've set up a different context. Cloud, lake, weights in the left leg. So now we shift and turn. Cloud goes across the sky. Bottom hand sweeps across the lake. Now, the cloud hand rains down as the lake hand vapors up. Now we're ready to go the other way. Shift into the left leg. Turn from your middle pivot. Cloud up top. Lake down at the bottom. Then the hands change. Ilana, switch your hand position. So your right arm should be up high, left hand down low. Now shift and turn, cloud, lake. Make sure the lake sweeps through. And then we change, which is above, which is below. Now shift left, turn left, cloud, lake. And then they switch. Let's do a few more and try to be very clear on what is high and what is low. So the high and low hands stay high and low the whole way until at the last bit we let them change. And now it's clear, high, low. And we're going shifting and turning. Change. And down. Settling to middle. Shogun, or closing gesture. Wings, roll, fold, settle, and then this is called middle embrace. So you come down and here's belly button. Hands are just above that, and then right at the belly button they just kind of turn and face in as if you're pointing this center palm in through the navel or towards the navel. And then we come down. From the top, rising hands. And down. Again. Low cradle into the crane opening its wings. And roll, fold, over top, down through. Again, wing, roll, fold, down. And then the complementary exercise. Back of hands face each other, up, and unfold. Back of hands face. And embracing the moon, one on each side. Wings. Right hand roll, fold as left hand sweeps under. Magnets attract. Repel. Around. Track. Repel. And around. And then down. Up to right in front of the chest, elbows back, turn the hands over and push. Full extend, hands wrap around the back side, draw back. Turn the hands, push. Hands wrap around, draw. And then just the left hand, push. Let this cause a little turn in your middle pivot. Turn left hand to face the body, right hand faces away, and push and draw. Let this turn your middle pivot. Turn the palms, turn your middle pivot. Turn palms and push and draw. And both hands back. Down. And bear washing pause. Shift and turn. Brush, sweep. Turn the hands. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Turn the hands. Bear swirls the stream. So now that hand goes far away, comes in close. Other hand goes far away, comes in close. Other hand. The bear swats the jumping fish, but make it a low jumping fish. So this hand is lifted, but not all the way up. So it's right around sort of belly level, comes down. This hand rises a little, so we got that low jumping fish. And then how about the middle jumping fish? So around the chest level. Higher jumping fish around face level. Highest jumping fish, as high as you can possibly reach. Scrape the sky and then come down. And then scrape the sky. Down. Scrape the sky. Down. One more. Now, brush knee and push. So as your right hand is coming down and dipping into the water, left arm, wing, roll, fold. Now, shift right, turn right, brush knee, push. The arms fully extend. Then the left hand dips down into the water on the right side of the body. Left hand, right arm, wing, roll, fold. Shift, turn, we got brush knee and push. Full extend. Right hand comes down, left arm, wing, roll, fold, and brush knee and push. Full extend, left hand down in the water, right arm, wing, roll, fold, and brush, push. Couple more. And golden rooster stands on one leg. So you should have an empty right foot here. Put it behind you a little bit. Change the weight into that right leg. Right hand goes down. Bend left elbow. Empty foot. Touch. Then bring that foot back. Change the weight. Left hand down. right hand up. Bring the foot back empty. Change. Bring the foot back empty. Change. Bring it back empty. Change. Now we add a challenge to this. Be careful here, please. So you got levels to this challenge of your empty foot is out there. Try to pick your foot up off the ground. Just take it off the ground and then you can touch it back down. That's level 1 challenge. Level 2 would be the foot's off the ground and you kind of lift it a little bit, but then go right back down to the floor. Right? And level 3, of course, would be all the way here, but be very careful. And then switch sides. So bring this foot back, change, left hand down, right hand up, right foot empty. And again, we got those challenges of empty foot off the floor, back to the floor. Or a little bit of a bend down. Or possibly full. And then final time, 2 to each side, we go golden rooster with a possible lift. Put the foot down empty, change the weight, and possible lift, whether it be of the foot or the bending of the knee. One more of those to each side. Wash your paws. Now going to your right leg. Left hand sweeps the leg and vapors up, becomes a cloud. Now it's shift left, turn left, cloud, leg. And then it's rain and vapor. And cloud and leg. Rain and vapor. Remember what I said. One is high, one is low. Be clear on that. And so Alana, I know it seems like I'm picking on you today, but I'm seeing a lot. You just did this. Right? Notice the difference between that and this. This is the whole body. So it's not just bring my hand across. Shift and turn the whole body. And that right hand has to come through. And then they change. Same thing here. It's shift. Turn from the body. Then the hands. Then you take the hands through. Right? And then it's shift leg. Turn from your middle pivot. Then the hands are free to go. And both hands down, wash your paws. Settle to the middle and palms together, rub. Back of one hand, palms. Back of other hand, palms. And then we go for the quad, so the groin area on either side. Not with deep pressure, but somewhat vigorous, just to make sure there's not a bunch of stagnation right in that area. And then right along the front of the hip flexor area. And then tail, low back. And then remember our little squat movement that we did. So we do that while we sweep the hands down the outside, backside of the legs. Come around to the inside of the ankles and then up the inside of the legs as you stand nice and tall, hands all the way to the belly button. And then we do it again. Qua, hip flexors, around to the back, the tail, up onto the lower back, the lumbar, and then hands go down the outside of the legs as you sit like a squat. Come around to the inside and then stand up smooth. Hands to the navel. We do that one more time. Qua, groin area, hip flexors, tail, low back, and then down and up. And then finally we go up the outside of the arm to the shoulder, turn, and then sweep. Turn, up the outside, turn, yang channels, outer side, yin channels, inner side. This is, according to Chinese medicine, the direction that the meridians want to flow, should flow, do flow, and we're just promoting them. Switch, up the outside to the shoulder, turn. And then from standing, let your weight shift a little bit into the balls of the feet so your heels are empty, and then lift and lower your heels to create a little bounce through the whole body. Bounce. And notice what my arms do when I'm bouncing. If I'm holding my arms stiff, this is what it looks like. But I'm also not going like this with my arms. I'm just relaxing the arms and then bouncing. I'm relaxing the shoulders so that the arm has this sort of waggly quality to it. And we want that quality through the whole body. Because a lot of times we're holding our body stiff, and so this could be happening versus really letting that looseness go everywhere. And then finish with one more wing, roll, fold. And then down to middle embrace. Hands face the belly, and then we seal the practice. Center palm goes on top of the belly button, and then this hand goes on top of that hand. And just stand for 5 breaths doing nothing at all, what the Taoists call Wu Ji, no activity. So that is the most important quality to find for longevity of our qi cultivation, of our battery, is that we aren't just constantly wasting energy with too much thinking, worrying, activity, tension. So we ideally have softened everything, and then we're tapping into this state of almost like a nap, like a really quality, restful nap, but a conscious nap, not where we're zonked out or we're dreaming, but where we're consciously consolidating, harvesting, nourishing. And then we close the practice with this little hand position. Open one palm with the thumb out. Grab on. Fold over top. This should create a little yin-yang symbol. And then you bow. Thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you know where your seat is when you go to sit down, and if there are any final thoughts or questions, please unmute yourself.